Hi, my name is DJ J, and I work with Perfect Harmony. I got into DJing in the first place primarily because of starting karaoke. So as I was doing karaoke, people would ask me to play music in between, and I noticed that the audience would be reacting to the music in a good way. And then I realized, hey, I can start doing DJing. So I started learning it, and it was a easy transition from karaoke to DJing. Some of my favorite floor fillers include songs from Pitbull, Black Eyed Peas, Usher, just some of the music that really popular music that really get people going. So personally, I listen to a mixture of genres, R&B. I also listen to more of classic, soft rock, that sort of thing. So it's a mix. I'd say a mix, and definitely also your popular music, top 20s, that sort of thing. The most rewarding part of what I do, I'd say, is seeing the audience just be happy and seeing brides and grooms at their wedding, just having a good time. And when everything is executed perfectly and everyone's having a good time, that's really, I'd say, fulfilling to me. What makes a great DJ, I think, is being able to read your audience, knowing what music to play, knowing or identifying when they aren't necessarily liking a certain song, and knowing when to transition that song to something to bring them back into the party. Someone should hire me because I have a sense of what songs the couple, what songs the audience likes. I really pay attention and analyze the crowd during an event to make sure that I'm playing the songs that they like. I'm very attentive to that sort of thing. I think I'm a good DJ or MC because multiple reasons. Well, the first thing is I really keep in contact with the bride and groom or the client, to discuss stuff prior to their event to make sure everything is perfect. I get the list together and I make sure that, again, everything is according to how they want it. And in addition to that, when I arrive on site, I'm there early in advance. I get everything set up, tested. And then also, as I mentioned earlier, I read the audience, in terms of the music that we were playing. I order stuff in a way that builds up the audience, throughout the evening. I like being part of the Perfect Harmony team just because everything is very organized. The way Perfect Harmony and John set stuff up is, the couples you're going to be working with way in advance. You have contact with them, and everything is just very laid out to help you be successful for your event. I think what makes me different or unique from DJs that I've seen is definitely the communication portion with the bride and groom, in addition to the communication prior to their wedding. When I'm on site, I make sure that we're always in contact, and if they have any special request or anything specific, I'm really flexible. I'm able to adapt very quickly, and even working with different venues and the coordinators, if they might switch up the schedule last minute, I'm very flexible and very quick to adapt my schedule, adapt my playlist according to that. I'd say my favorite part of the wedding is, I'd say, the first open dance. Because that's the portion of the wedding where you try to get the audience, they've already eaten food, they've already seen the first dance, now you have to pull them into party. So I really like that portion because, we get to crank the music up and we get to bring people onto the dance floor. One of my favorite memories DJing would have to be a wedding I was doing where the bride and groom were just having a great time. The groom kept coming up to me like 3 or 4 times saying that you're doing great, the bride's really happy, this is awesome. And he extended my booking time, for an hour. And at the end of that hour, he came back up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you're doing great. Let's extend it another hour." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, man. We can do that." And then after that, he came up to me again and said, "Hey, I think we're done." But his cousin came over and said, "No, you're doing a great job. Let's go another hour," which was at this point we were probably at midnight, and I'm like, "Okay." So we go down to 1 a.m. and then the cousin comes back to me again and is like, "Hey, let's go another hour." So it was just, the guys were having such a good time. We ended up going to like 2 a.m. in the morning. It was a really crazy experience.